Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful special day. I hope you've got a reason to smile. I want to address a issue at the moment that I'm seeing a lot. You see, I've been doing a lot of testing of software, following how-to guides, for installing different kinds of AI software, setting up personal assistants, home assistants, all that kind of thing. And there's a big problem that I'm seeing. And it's a problem with a very simple solution. I don't know if any of you have followed any of these how-to guides you see on Medium or websites or wikis or anything. And they just don't work. They just don't work, flat out. On your systems, on your setup, you will follow exactly what they've told you, and you will come across problems, errors, missing stuff. And it all comes down to one problem. I've zeroed in on one problem that needs to be fixed. And this advice goes out to anyone who is thinking of creating a how-to. If you created a soft piece of software, anything like that, don't do the how-to on your production laptop or PC or your Mac system. Don't. That system you've set up over months and years. It's all the requirements. You may have had other production developments. You may have had other systems set on it. You may be someone who has lots of projects going. But you will have downloaded and set up every single requirement needed for that system. The person who's following your guide doesn't have that. And it's a very simple thing to fix. Either set up a virtual machine or use an old laptop, but make sure it's been reset to a base version of Windows, base version of macOS, base version of Linux, so that when you go through your how-to guide, you see all the problems that a new person who has never done what you're doing, someone whose system hasn't been set up and hasn't been recoded and tweaked and set up over months and years to run the software that you are trying to teach people how to run, works. I appreciate all the people that put the time and effort into writing a how-to. And if you just did this simple test, most of us have got a basic crap laptop, or you can do it on a Raspberry Pi, or like I said, you could set up a virtual machine with just a base version of whatever OS you are doing it from, and then just go through your how-to, go through the vlog that you put together, go to whatever way you decided to let people know how to build these systems, or to take what you did to a different place. Because nearly every single how-to guide or vlog or story to do with, do this and you'll be able to set up this, follow these steps, you come across massive requirement problems. And this is like a wall in front of anybody who wants to follow these guides. The very people that you wrote the guide thing, please do not write the how-to guide based on your production machine, your development machine. Because that machine is a machine that you've tweaked, you've set up over time. You need to do a how-to on a basic generic system, a reset version of Windows, a reset version of macOS, a reset version of a basic Linux system. We appreciate everything you do, but when people follow your guides and spend weeks trying to figure out why it isn't working, what they failed at, they might never try again. And that's a bit of a tragedy. Now, people like me expect these problems, and I go through and I will have to find requirements and dependency and sometimes specific versions of Node.js and that won't work if the new each version and all this kind of stuff. But there's a lot of people who want to get into this stuff who, if they follow your guide, I remember about, in fact, I'll show you. Actually, I can't find them. I'll have to look them up. I had a set of Raspberry Pi Zero boards, speakers, mic, a few other add-ons for the system. And I was going to be building personal Bluetooth-based and wireless-based home assistants to take the place of the Echo Dot and everything else. And I tried 5 different how-tos, 5 different guides, even videos, even YouTube tutorials, and every single one of them must have been built on a development system that had all the requirements in place, because absolutely none of them worked. They didn't even do the basics of telling you which versions of each piece of software you needed. For anybody that knows, a lot of systems that we use get updated, and sometimes when they're updated, they change the system so much that if your guide's like 2 months out of date, you can't fix it. But most of these places have libraries of older versions that you can download if you know the specific version you're supposed to be running on. Please, 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 if you're going to do these how-tos, just do this basic thing. It'll make life so much better for people like me.